Hi, welcome to Body Reconnect. I'm Michelle Dominique, certified wellness coach and lymphatic drainage therapist. So, there is one topic that when I'm working with a new client, if you've already worked with me, you know I'm always going to ask about this. But when working with new clients, there is just one topic that will, you know, instantly kind of get that or cringe or lock up when you talk about constipation or eliminations. People just like, oh my gosh, it's the most private thing in the world, which is really not. It's a very, very good indicator of what's going on in your overall health, right? So let's talk about it. So, the reason why I talk with people about this and ask questions in my intake form is to get an understanding of what's going on in their body, but also to give them an understanding. People don't realize, like really realize, by definition, the nature of chronic constipation, like what it really means. If you are not having a easy, non-thought provoking elimination, meaning your body gets the signal that you have to eliminate and you go to the bathroom and eliminate. Simple as that. No, bringing a novel, feet falling, the legs falling asleep because you've been there so long. None of that. So when I ask people, I literally, like my daddy used to say, literally have to break down the decision. I mean, the definition, because I'll hear things like, yeah, I go a couple of times a week, or yeah. No, if you eat every day, I don't care what you're eating because I have a very high plant-based diet. If you eat every day, the waste needs to come out that day, right? Your body is not using every ounce of that food. I don't even care if it's a salad because, I've talked about air quality, soil quality. Not going to talk about that today. So, no, you do not absorb every single thing, right? So, if not, then what's happening? And that's why that becomes important, because if you are not explaining to me what's going on in your body, or you're denying or not paying attention or being okay with the fact that you don't have daily eliminations, let's talk about what's happening. One, I want you to get this picture, okay? You come to my house, you sit at my table, and I prepare a glorious meal for you. And I can do that because I'm a trained culinarian. So think about whatever it is, steak and potato with sauteed mushrooms or onion, or rack of lamb. It could be like an amazing quinoa, whatever it is. And I come and I present it, and it is fabulous. The aromas are working, your olfactory glands are taking that in, and your mouth is watering. And I say, wait a minute, friend. I take that plate and I take it outside and I put it in my trash bin. I don't touch it. I don't put anything else in the trash bin. I put it in the trash bin. And in my town, we only have once a week pickup, right? And I'm in Texas. So let's say it's July. I put it in that bin, didn't touch it, placed it in there nicely, sat it outside where my bins sit, and say, come back in a week. You come back in 1 week expecting a wonderful presentation like I did before, and you're about to actually eat it this time. I go in the bin, I remove that plate. It's covered with plastic. I didn't do anything to it but leave it there outside in the bin. And I put it on the table and I pull back the cellophane, the saran wrap. Do you think you're going to get the same aroma effect, aromatic effect, that olfactory kind of making your mouth water? No, no. If you answered anything else, it's no. You're going to get a sharp response, all right, but it's going to be more of a putrid this time, like, "Ugh," and you want to puke kind of thing, right? It's not like savory. It's going to be like, ah, get that away from me. But I say to you, this is the same plate. I didn't do anything to it. I just sat it outside. I mean, I didn't touch anything. Everything is still on there. Three legs of lamb or whatever. It's all still on there. What's the problem? You and I both know what the problem is, right? That food has festered. It's been in the heat in Texas, covered outside. We're talking maybe maggots and, something is happening on that plate. For one, I wouldn't bring that in my house, but you get where I'm going with it, right? That's the same thing that's happening. You see how gross that was? Why can't you? It's happening inside of you. When you are, once a week, twice a week, somebody said only when they are on the cycle. So that's once a month. But you are eating every day. You are snacking every day. You are latteing, mocha, whatever them things are called, every single day. The same way that food was sitting in my bin, not moving, but yet still, breaking down and festering and parasites. That's the same way it is in you when you're not eliminating, friend. I don't know any other way to put that for you. Are you getting a picture as to why this is so important? Point number 2. If that is happening and you are taking prescriptions via your mouth down into your stomach, be it antidepressants, be it blood pressure medicine, that's why folks keep having to increase their dosages. Is that a word? Well, today it is. That's why folks, that's why you see these advertisements for, if you're taking this and your antidepressant isn't working, try this, add it to that, or, why you have to take a Tums before every meal. You really don't have to if you would get to the root of the problem. Go to the source, not the symptoms. That's treating symptoms. Because your body's not going to, your stomach's not going to say, hey, wait, I know we haven't eliminated in 4 days, but the blood pressure medicine is going down. Let's go ahead and distribute that. No, it's getting caught up in that festering waste that's sitting in your gut. I know, right? Just to think about it is like, ooh, that's quite a picture. So today, we're going to talk about 3 things to get you moving, and why it should be very important to you already, why you should be moving every day. If you haven't already, this is a great time to talk about having a free one-on-one consultation with me. Might want to talk about it. And the other thing here's some steps. And also too, for children, this applies to children as well. So if they're on some type of ADD, ADHD medicine and you think it's not working, maybe it's not the medicine, friend. It's what it's trying to get through, because it's sitting in there festering, going down and sitting in that stuff that's festering. Okay. Also too, chronic gas and bloating. I want you to get a picture of all of that, because it's emanating gases and just, it's a whole lot going on there. So it's very important that we talk about it so you could do something about it. Number 1 is going to be omega oils. This is my favorite brand. I'm gonna put a link below. They are actually, because you're like, Michelle, that's a pill. It is a big pill too. However, it's chewable. It's chewable. This is important because we talk about water, hydration. That's great, but don't forget the lubrication. That colon is a pipe, and it's a twisty, turny pipe. The size of is it soccer field? Yeah. All of that up in there. Okay. So hydration is great, and you're definitely going to need hydration. I didn't even say that part because that goes without saying. Fiber is great, but not when it's too late. So we're not going to talk about that one, but essential oil, I'm always talking about essential oils. Omega oils are critical, right? You got to lube the shoot. Lube the shoot. The second thing is movement. Ladies, remember when you were in labor and delivery? I know when I was, and they said, get up and walk. Let gravity work with you, work for you. Get up and walk. Get up and walk. It's the same thing. Now, I'm not going to get on a whole thing about every time I talk about something like this, a client will say, I know I'm supposed to exercise. I'm not doing that with you. We're not doing guilt and shame and finger pointing. I don't care if you take the stairs instead of the elevator. I don't care if you park in another parking lot instead of the spot close to the front. I don't care if you get out of your car and before you get inside, walk to the stop sign and then walk back. I don't care if put on some kind of music and dance. I always tell people, you were drill team. Surely you remember at least one one routine. Find that song and dance to it. Whatever it is. But movement is your friend, especially if you work in a sedentary job. If you are a computer jockey, oh, it is going to be vital that you get movement. Okay. And the third thing, and I like to do that, I do this every morning, and trust me, regularity is not an issue for me, friend. Remember, I told you most of my diet is plant-based. But every morning, this is great to do on your kiddos too. This is actually a great touch exercise because I'm all about touch. I'm amazed at how many people over the years, I've had thousands of clients, and it's fascinating how seldom people are touched by other people, even when they have spouses. So this is a great exercise, great to do on yourself. I do this on myself most every morning, or to do as a way to touching your kids, okay, touching your spouse. If you are a caregiver, this is tremendous as well, because folks who are on a lot of medicines and are bed bound or limited in movement, yeah, they have a huge problem with constipation. I mean, to the point where it's just stuck, and when it moves, even after laxatives, it can be a very gut-wrenching, to hear them scream, painful experience. Okay, so here's a little something for the whole family. We're gonna do just a simple stomach massage. Very, very simple. Very, very simple stomach massage. I don't know if you can see it, but very simple stomach massage. This is a great place to implement essential oils. You know how I love essential oils, but only the ones that are absolute oil and not fragrance in a bottle. So you can find that under there as well. Hopefully I'll remember to put the link. If not, just reach out to me. But the oil that we're going to use today is one of my absolute favorites, only in this brand, because I have smelled it in other brands and it did not hit like this. It is grapefruit. I wish this were smell-o-vision, because every time I open this bottle, it's just like so soothing in my heart. And I always tell you that citrus oils are natural antidepressants. When you put them in a room, it just brightens up the room, right? So hint, hint, keep them in your house and at your office. So grapefruit is the oil of honoring the body. And the reason why I want to use this oil, if we were doing my class, I'd show you the point on your feet to use, but I didn't set the camera up for that. So we're not going to do reflexology today. But be sure to look for my flyers on my next upcoming class with that. Grapefruit is the oil of honoring the body. I always tell you guys that essential oils also have emotional, energetic, healing properties because they were the plants that were used by indigenous people before pharmacies. Think about that. So this comes from Essential Emotions. You can get their app or their book. My cover is gone, so I can't even show you, but I think it's called Essential Emotions. Grapefruit is it encourages a positive relationship with one's body based on tolerance and acceptance. That is super important in the abdominal area, because if there is any area of the body that someone is negative towards themselves in, and I have been guilty of this, it is going to be in the abdominal area, right? Because there is an unrealistic expectation that you're supposed to be chiseled, which is really weird in an area that is more fleshy and organ based and soft than it is muscular. But, anyway, um, this oil encourages a positive relationship with your body based on love, tolerance, and acceptance. Even on the inside, because I talked about, this area being fleshy and therefore it's, gonna be a little soft. That's just normal how it's supposed to be. Now, size is something different, but it's more soft than it is chiseled in real life. But also too, how coincidental, this is where that problem that we started talking about lies, right in here. The place is like the seat of discontentment, the seat of uh, body shame, body hate, body disgust by yourself, right? Is it no wonder that that's also a place where congestion and um, constipation and yuckiness happens? As the mind goes, so does the body. There is no separation. Okay, so it helps encourage positive relationships with your body based on love, tolerance, and acceptance. Your body isn't working against you. Your body has an innate ability to heal itself and will try until the very end. I have seen it happen with my own eyes in my own practice. So it encourages you to respect your body's physical needs. And I love this because that's just what we were talking about. If you have chronic constipation, it's not because your body is doing something wrong. It's because you're not giving your body what it needs. You are not listening to the signs and signals that your body is sending you every day, begging you to course correct and make changes so you can live your best, healthiest life. If you've listened to my channel before, you've heard that a lot. This is what I mean by that. Chronic constipation is a very easy thing to write. If you can be active, and even if you can't be active. I know when my mother was bedbound, I used to work her legs, simulate walking, right? It worked. It helped. It really did help. Okay. So we're going to take this oil, and this is a beautiful oil. You can mix this with lavender at night, or fennel, patchouli, bergamot. Those are all good oils to mix with this. But I also like it with eucalyptus, which is the oil of wellness. It's one of my favorite oils to use with Balance, which is a blended oil. I love that aroma. So this is perfect for that. So what you would just do is put a little bit on your fingertips. I'm not going to do it here because I don't want to get it on my shirt. And I would just talk to the person like, hey, we're going to do this, especially if it's a kid and you can say all the fun stuff like we're going to make your body better and that kind of thing, right? So you just want to go in circular motions, just little bitty. I don't know if you can see it on my shirt, but think clockwise, because clockwise is the flow. If you go counterclockwise, it's the stoppage. If I was working with somebody who had chronic diarrhea, I'd be doing the counterclockwise. But for chronic constipation, we do clockwise. So I'm just going to start right on the outside. Yeah, we're going to start on the outside. And all you would do is go like 3 circles. Use your 3 fingers. Not hard. Everybody thinks when you say massage, you got to dig it. Those days are over. We don't do that anymore. We've been taught not to do that anymore. It's all about respecting the body. And you're just going to go in a circular motion, right? Move to the next spot. Move to the next spot. And go slowly, right? You don't want to, no, go slowly. Because once you do this enough, and not even that much, you can start to feel some things. And that's what I mean. I want you to feel things, right? So you go the first loop and then drop a little bit, go the second loop, because it gets smaller and smaller. Your circle is going to get smaller and smaller, right? And we're doing that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get smaller. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Much slower than this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's really nice to do. Also, I like to go sideways, and you don't want to start from the top down. I don't have my funnel in here. But if you think of a funnel, if you just turn it upside down, it's a timepiece, an hourglass. When you turn it upside down and everything's trying to run through, but there's that little bit. Okay, yeah, so you want to start at the bottom. Same thing, coming down the side, 1, 2, 3, and then come up. Down the side, 1, 2, 3, and then come up. Down the side, 1, 2, 3, and come up. And you go all the way across the stomach doing that. This is tremendous. Even if you are a person who by definition is regular, this is really great to do. You have to remember, we were made to walk and move. And in our current society, there is a whole lot of sitting, okay? And so, we're talking about an area that's the size of a soccer field that's inside of your body. That's a whole lot of, that chart you see of the colon at the doctor, that is inaccurate. That is just, to help you get the gist of it, but it's not. It's all very compacted and very on top of each other, right? And so the more you sit, you squish. When you stand, you open, okay? When you move, you give space, okay? Yoga, breathing, all of these things are good for that. That's why I would start with just kind of on your hand, just like I normally do the breathing exercises that you've seen me do. This would be great to do before then. And this oil actually encourages that because it's just so beautiful. I'm just experiencing it right now and it's so lovely. I love this oil. It's just like a warm hug, right? And so then you do that. Now for my ladies who've had C-sections and my ladies who have apron bellies where it hangover, this is a good time because, you want to move down in that area. Lift the belly. Lift the belly. Start doing circles, especially along those C-section spots. I teach that to my ladies when I do my C-section recovery, lymphatic drainage. Get up under there. Lift. Remember, this is honoring the body. The positive relationship with the bodies. Yeah, let's engage that apron belly. Come on, let's do that. Let's wake that up down there. It's still there. Even if you ignore it, it's still there, right? So let's show it some love. Let's lift it. Let's do our circles. Let's use our beautiful oil that helps us to understand and respect and love the body as it is, on its way to waiting for us to do what we need to get to the spot that you want it to be. If it ain't looking like you want it to be, I can guarantee you it's not your body, it's you. You're the reason why your body doesn't look like it wants to, like you want it to, okay? Don't blame the body. All right, so just spend some time doing that. Water, we know, movement, if you're in a place, and I've lived in places where going outside wasn't always a thing, right? You know, like I told you, movement. I worked with my mother who was bedbound. We want to get some oils. I'm going to include this down there. These are safe for children as well. And no, you're not going to have that fishy aftertaste. Okay. And also, too, stomach massage. It is very simple. It is a great connecting. In the household, with kids, with family members. If you're a caregiver, it's really nice to do. I have a client right now who is operating in the caregiver role, and I love when she shares with me the techniques that she does on her father, that I've done on her. And no, she's not trained, but intention is everything. I do it with practical application, but when you're touching your loved one, it's with intention, and that's just as powerful. If you have not already scheduled your absolutely free one-on-one wellness consultation with me, why not? Why not? Absolutely free. I can't get more freer than that. Be sure to do that. And hey, share this video with someone. Someone else can use this information. Don't be selfish. Share it. Like and share, subscribe, and do all of the things. I look forward to helping you live your best, healthiest life. You deserve it, and everyone in your sphere of influence deserves to see you at your best. I'll see you on the next video.